You know, one thinks one knows Frank Lloyd Wright's work and has seen a lot of it, but every time you see one afresh, you realize what a master he was. The command that he has. This house is strange, moving, kind of ruin, stretching out across the landscape with those deep overhangs and heavy, and this one especially with that enormously hieratic, really very Mayan, Amerindian detail. It's like a temple, and it doesn't really go with the others. But you can understand how one of the members of the May family said that she felt strange in the house when she was young because she felt that other people thought that she lived in a very strange and unusual and odd kind of place. I don't think we should underplay that. I think they were strange, unusual, and odd. You have to look for the entrance. The entrance is hidden. You got to look for it. And again, that's so different than all the others that have the welcoming front door and the knocker. Again, it's not like a house. You're exploring a little magic mountain. You go into the dice narrow and you come up through the defile and you come into the open spaces. When Wright used to be asked why his buildings were so low and so on, he would say, well, I designed them to the height of the North Man, which happens to be my own height of 5 feet 8.5 inches. But he didn't. That's really, the reality is more touching than that. He distinctly varied the scale, the heights of these moldings in these early houses according to the clients. Mr. May was very short, and the horizontal molding that goes across above the larger windows would have been just over Mr. May's head. So this house exactly scaled to him. He gave May, you see, exactly at his own scale, above his head, that great statement of him on this street, in this monument. It's wonderful. When you look at the way Wright designed, for example, especially in his early days, where he would condense, which is Freud's word, many, many different other buildings. He takes from each what he wants, what Freud called it, exactly those years, in terms of the dream work, a new unity. That's what Wright does. He makes a unity that's never been seen before, but is a condensation of a lot of different things. And then, in another Freudian way, that dining table is the temple of the paternal order, of the dominant father, which is the great psychological style of the 1890s. Those chairs, you have properly, I mean, it must have been an agony for the children, and many, those interminable meals, sitting there in absolute discipline, father at the head, the lights making the whole thing a closed room, like an altar. On the other hand, the house also has the other side of it, and that is the wonderful relaxation. I mean, there's a serenity here which is just... consciously or unconsciously, it's awfully hard to know what any other human being is experiencing or something, but it must have been in a deep, deep source of refreshment and calm and spiritual joy to the family. The whole house is resonant with those people. When you walk in here, you feel them. I feel especially the children.
Just one more. Once upon a time, there lived in the cottage on the edge of a wood a forester and his wife and little
daughter. It's a museum of the past, a very special kind. Of art has been brought back to life.